If you don't trust anyone, not friends, not partners, sometimes not even family, this video is not here to judge you, because what you call trust issues might actually be your brain trying to protect you. And the reason for that protection is hidden in your past. There are people who laugh, talk, and function normally in society, but deep inside, they never fully trust anyone. They always keep emotional distance. They listen more than they speak. They never reveal everything, and people often label them as cold, distant, emotionally unavailable. But psychology tells a very different story. Because the truth is, people who don't trust easily are rarely born that way. They are shaped. For many people, trust was broken at a young age. It could have been a parent who was emotionally absent, a caregiver who promised safety but created fear, someone who left without explanation, or someone who betrayed them when they were most vulnerable. When this happens, the brain records a powerful lesson. Getting close leads to pain. This lesson doesn't disappear with time. It sinks deep into the subconscious. So later in life, even when someone kind appears, your mind stays alert. Not because you're negative, but because your brain remembers what closeness once cost you. People who struggle with trust often live in emotional survival mode. Their brain constantly scans for danger, hidden intentions, sudden changes, emotional inconsistency. They may think, what if this person changes? What if they leave? What if I trust them? And regret. It's so they do what feels safest. They don't depend on others. They don't open up fully. They stay emotionally guarded. This is not weakness. This is adaptive behavior. Your mind learned that relying only on yourself reduced pain. So it kept doing that. Some people didn't experience betrayal. They experienced emotional neglect. They grew up in environments where feelings were ignored, vulnerability was discouraged, emotional needs were minimized, so they never learned what healthy trust looks like. Instead, they learned independence equals safety, silence equals control, emotional distance equals stability. As adults, they may say, I'm fine on my own. I don't need anyone. And sometimes that's true, but often, it's a shield built long ago. Here's something most people don't understand. Trust issues are not personality traits. They are memory-based defenses. Your nervous system remembers what your mind tries to forget. So when you pull away, when you hesitate, when you don't fully trust, it's not because you're broken. It's because your brain learned to stay safe. Yes, but not by forcing yourself to trust. Healing begins when you stop blaming yourself, you recognize where the fear came from, and you allow trust to grow slowly, not instantly. Real trust is built through consistency, emotional safety, time. You don't need to trust everyone. You only need to stop fighting yourself for being cautious. If you don't trust anyone, your past explains it, not because you're weak, but because you survived something that taught you to be careful. And maybe the most important thing to remember is this: you don't need to become someone else to heal. You only need to understand yourself, and that understanding is where healing begins. If this video resonated with you, you're not alone. Subscribe to this channel because here, we talk about the thoughts people feel but rarely say out loud.